Hey, good morning, my friend. Welcome back to the Ride-In. This morning I wanted to just say a word about this thing that's been in the news about these protesters in Minnesota trespassing on church property, interrupting worship services. It's incredible, and there are many layers to comment on that. But I want to say something that I think that is a common misconception about churches. And I've said this before, and I believe it with all my heart, biblically, that a church is for the community, but the church doesn't belong to the community. It's a community church, but the community doesn't own the church in a sense. It is private property. It is something that people sacrifice and take steps to take ownership and commitment, to have privilege, to have responsibility. And the thing that for people to think that a church is public property and they want to make some kind of a statement that we're just peacefully protesting and they have the right to do that. Your rights end where someone else's property begins. And we have to understand that, and to think one of the most wonderful things about America is that we have the freedom to worship. We have the freedom to worship God, to gather together peacefully and freely according to the dictates of our heart, as we see, as our scripture leads us to do. There should be a place where we can go and worship God. And to think of the disrespect, to use a worship service, a service that's intended to worship God, to bring God's people together, where they can go together and get away from politics and get away from just the things of this world, and they want to bring that into the church. And it's just incredible. It's very disappointing, and we need to educate people to understand that their rights end where our property lines begin. We love guests. We love visitors. There are many people that attend Heritage Baptist Church on a regular basis that are not members of our church, and we are glad to have them. But at any point where someone comes into our building, first of all, God's building, God's property, but we're the stewards of that, those of us who are members and have paid the price and made the commitment to believe in something, to agree upon something, and to submit ourselves to that so that we can take ownership and have privilege and steward the responsibility that we have. If somebody can just walk in there and disrupt, that is just so disrespectful. That is so wrong. And whatever the most severe form of punishment for trespassing is, that should be given to these people, these disrespectful people, bringing this garbage into the church, disrupting innocent people, vulnerable people, families, children. It's incredible, because of their political persuasions. There are public venues for that. There are places that can be done, but for that to be done in the church is just absolutely out of bounds. And we should not hesitate to cry foul on that. Christian, I just want to encourage you today to understand that. And if there's somebody out there that's torn, and doesn't understand that, you've got to understand that we have the right to private property as our organization called Heritage Baptist Church. And if you come in to Heritage Baptist Church and you want to disrupt things, the first step that I'm taking is I'm pulling out my cell phone, I'm calling the police. Because I have a duty and a responsibility to our people. And we'll stand there and we'll wait until they come and get you out of there. And so, let's just remember that, and keep things in perspective, and let's do what's right. And I'm not for silencing anyone's opinion. I love America. I love that we have free speech, but let's keep it where it belongs. There ought to be safe places where people of like mind can assemble together. Anyway, something to be thinking about. Pray about that. Pray for our country. In a situation like this, I sure am thankful that we do have the president that we have right now. So, God bless you. You have a great day. Love you. Bye-bye.